get this guy. Oh, get this guy in here.
I wish they didn't do anything with the face.
See, I think it was like a real creature, and to hide it, they carved it. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
They turned it. They turned what was already looking like something and just finished it. Maybe not even in a malicious way. It's just the dudes that own the land, and they're like, these are cool. It kind of looks like this, and they just went ahead and carved it, not even knowing that it was a fossil, or they were done on purpose.
You should say it just like that in the video.
This rotunda is a trumpet call to glory. Tributes to the giants all the way up into the sky.
The giants all the way up in the sky. Language dictates how we perceive our reality. Pareidolia is a hoax. Without words, our eyes would perceive with the mind, not the description. I see faces because there are faces. This beautiful power has been hijacked by our language and words. Pareidolia is a hoax. I see faces because there are faces. Turning off words to realize our real eyes have been blinded by speech. Language dictates how we perceive our reality.
Perfected. Glory is transcendent in the life of our republic. This rotunda is a trumpet call to glory. Tributes to the giants all the way up into the sky.
Tributes to the giants all the way up in the sky.
Ever wonder why they teach mythology in school? You know, if it's just myths, it's all untrue. Why waste the time teaching that to kids in school? You know, wouldn't it be better to teach kids how to buy a house, buy a car, write checks, balance a checkbook, open a bank account, stuff you actually really need in life to function. They don't teach that. No, they teach myths to kids. They waste time on that. It's because myths are what our true past and history are. And so they turn it into fantasy in our minds at a very young age. And then it's reinforced in movies, TV shows, media, that all these mythological things are fantasy. But they're not. They were real. They were turned to stone somehow. But this is a fossilized remain of a giant ape. Yeah. No reason to teach myths in school unless it's just to make myths fantasy, because that's our true history. They're trying to hide it. So I wanted to revisit one of my favorite mud fossils. First one I found. Giant ape. King Kong. See, they were real. These things really existed. There was something that happened, and fossilized them. And the remains are everywhere. They're on state parks, government-owned land. They're preserving them. They're hiding them. It messes with evolution and proves a lot of other stuff. I've done a video on this guy or girl before, but I wanted to revisit. See, they love to mock us with the truth. They know these existed, and so what they do is put the truth out there in plain sight. They name all their sports teams after them. They name bands after them. Products, stores, movies, teams. There's the never-ending story. Yeah, so they put it out there. They mock us. They make fun of us that they know. And they take all these really cool stories, our true history, the stuff that really happened is really cool, and they sell it to us as fantasy. So we would never think to look at this as being something that existed and real. We're subjected with this stuff, and subject is to inject something into the subconscious. We're told how to perceive things, and they mock us because they know they have us under a spell. But so, waking up to this truth reality, one of the things that helped me break the spell. She is awesome. Or he, I don't know. Here. Here's the look people give you when you tell them this stuff. Alright, bye. These right there. There's two of them. There's the head, the legs. There's one right beside him. See, the elite, they know all this truth. It's the best stories. So they put it in movies. They put the truth in movies. They make it seem like it's fantasy, so you would never look at these things and see them as reality. That's what they do with movies. It's programming. It's to get you to perceive something in a certain way, the way they want you to. Yeah, but they get all the ideas, you know, for all the movies from reality, and they make it seem like fantasy. And these remind me of those. The walkers.
What's up, dudes? So, took a hike. I hike a lot. Explore a lot. And yeah, that's what I do. I go out and explore the trails that have been carved out for us. What's awesome is you can find a lot of history, a lot of true history in the rocks. You know, the rocks are fossils. They're fossilized remains of you know, giants. You can see the ape here. And they tell us that we evolved from apes. Evolution is a hoax. Just like dinosaurs. They hoax us about, you know, creatures existing. This is a fossil. This is in a movie, so they put truth in movies. You know, or also in advertisements, and they name stores and sports teams after them, hosting us with evolution. Yeah. It's an ape. It's been fossilized during the process. Here's another amazing creature that has been fossilized. A dragon. All the myths are truths. and just walking along a little more on this trail. This really cool, kind of like cat-like creature. Look at that. So cool. Then also this really cool guy. The nose, lips, eyes. Amazing. You know, Neanderthals are hoaxed. You know, the whole evolution thing is hoaxed. Dinosaurs are hoaxed. It's all to hide the fact that giants existed. Just like they tell us, because they name everything after it. And you can find them. This guy. So yeah. Pretty cool. Right. King Kong.
So this is a monument that was here, and I got some pictures of it a while ago. This is this, and it's been taken down. This has been up here as far back as I can remember. There's a lot of monuments to giants. They have a little thing here, the Trail of the Whispering Giants. And they're all over the country. And that's because giants once existed, and they know that, and put their statues up on things they own. But they've taken this one down. I was driving by and I noticed, and I was like, oh boy. So the other thing about this statue that used to be here is this one happens to be set I wonder if I can zoom in on it's hard to hold it steady when you're that zoomed in, but this is the Judith Resnick Learning Center. And those of us who know about Judith Resnick, yeah, hang on. She's still alive and well, because this was a hoax. All these guys are still alive. The Challenger. Yeah, they faked all that. None of them are dead. They're still alive. So it just makes sense that they put their fakery, their statues, their mockery right up in our face on ground that they name after somebody who faked their death to deceive us. They don't like us. They love mocking us. Yeah. There it is one more time. It was a big Indian. Big Indians roamed Akron. Giants. There's actually a couple more of these around town that I'll eventually probably get to. Yep, giants existed. They tell us. And Judith Resnick is alive. I just came across this awesome creature. Some sort of crawling or swimming creature, or flying. It's like scales. Maybe the top of a dragon. The scales on top of a dragon. Because dragons existed. Anything they tell us that was myth is truth. So yeah, dragons existed. This could be the top of a dragon. Or a swimming creature. Or reptilian kind of creature. It's cool. It's very, kind of like very obvious, very distinct look about it. Oh yeah, awesome. Cool. I like dragons, so I think I'll just say it's something to do with the dragon. It's awesome. Here's another monument to giants, which they like to flaunt around. No info on this one. Got some sort of ritual circle thing going on here. It's pretty cool. Should let you guys know I love the fact that there's giants. I think it's the coolest thing. I love that they put these monuments up to them. You know? I think it's cool. Even though, you know, they're hiding it from us. But, you know, some of us kind of know about it, and it's pretty cool. Yeah, so I'm in a different park I've never been to, and I'm gonna go find some stuff. They're always telling us how to think, how to see things when we go to these parks. It's like a documentary, you know. Dock your mind here. Don't think any further than this. We already got it figured out. This is what happened. I disagree. On to more. That's a face. Always showing big fossils, but there are also all these too. All of our rocks are fossils of, you know, stuff, people, body parts. The little ones are usually teeth, you know, but then you can get into bits and pieces of clothing and infrastructure. And kind of the more you study them, you're able to distinguish between what was inanimate and what was animate. You know, organic or structural. I know some people that are amazing at it. I'm still learning. But it is fun. You know, and that's bluish, so, you know, I start thinking of what inside of the body is blue, because all of our organs are blue, because we're hue, we're color. Then that's cool too. There's a face. That's an eye. So yeah, I mean, it's all the little stuff too. But I'm pretty sure this park has. That is cool. Look at that. Look at that face. That's something else about the trees. They reveal a lot of same kind of stuff as the rocks. Oh, that is cool. I could just stare at it all day. Alright, let's see what else there is. But here is a big one. Eye. That's cool. One right beside it too. A little harder to make out. And notice we really only ever see their heads. It's because the rest of their body, most of it, is turned into the other rocks and our land. We are literally walking on the shoulders of giants. That's what our land is. Some of it's still up at the surface. That looks like it may have been a ship. Like a water ship. Looks like he got hit by it. Maybe he was already stuck. And the ship came forging through. Bam! A couple of them there. Pretty cool. Alright. Look at those faces. Yeah, it's the past life, it's the frequencies of everything that this ground is. It's that frequency. It's still coming out. Different layers. Oh, it's so cool. Look at this cool guy. This is his eye. He's got a mask on. Here's a pretty cool one. He's laying on his side. That leaf is in his eye. nose is kind of messed up. There's a couple here. He's got a mouthful. This one's cool too. It's like he got squished. I'm out here. Just watching that cloud move a little. It is moving in a northerly direction. It's sort of coming at me. And the neighborhood Tesla coil. Harvesting that free energy. All this stuff is related. All the rocks being alive and that being hidden. Our electricity being harnessed out of the air and given to us. We're charged for it. It's all connected. They know all this. It's everywhere. It's everywhere to be found. Looks like he knows too. He definitely knows. I hate that word. I hate the word definitely. Certainly. I cannot believe how close I am standing right next to this thing. This is in this park I'm walking through. I mean, I'm right here. It's right in front of me. It's crazy. This is called the substation. It's where they harvest the AC alternating current from the troposphere. And tropo means to change. The word tropo means change. And that's what alternating current is doing. It's changing directions. So the troposphere is the alternating current. They are harvesting through there. And it's stored in here into transformers, which then is sent out and converted into 220 for us. The transformers in front of your house. And then the big, large corporation businesses don't have any wires going to. But you can hear that sound. That's the resonance coming through. Yeah, I've never been this close to one, so that's pretty cool. Oh no, there was one I was pretty up on, but low flyer, not going very fast. And my view's gone. The Jets use the operating zone, the ozone, troposphere. Alright, just a little close-up view of these substations where they get all of our energy. Free energy. Right here in this park I've been in all day. And they have this whole little area over here. See all these perches? And they have little plaques in there. So basically diverting all your attention into that area. Like, don't come over here. Read these things we're telling you what to think. Meanwhile. Alright. I don't know if I'm going to get much more because I think I'm at the end of my trail from this park. And, yeah, cool. Just real quick, wanted to show my substation. That's my local Tesla coil. So just real quick, I just showed you my local coil. That's the substation over there. So it's sent to residential areas through this wire up here. That's 13,000 volts. And then it is dropped to those ceramics and into this transformer, which converts it to 220. So it starts out at that substation at 80,000 volts. It is sent over in 13. It's transformed over there into 13, and then converted into 220 volts, which those three lines there going to the houses. But what they don't tell you is that also converts the alternating current into direct current, which is what we use. And they pull that alternating current out of the troposphere, which I'm going to show you. Right here is my little diagram of the atmosphere layers. Yeah, the troposphere, the ozone, the operating zone where the jets fly. You know, and then that sound that they make when they go through these different frequencies, atmosphere layers of frequencies. And the troposphere is the alternating current. The tropo to change, alternating current. And the planes fly in the operating zone, the ozone. And when they go through these different frequencies, that's that sound that you're hearing when a jet's coming through there. It is also the sound of thunder. You know, it's not clouds bumping into each other, it's clouds moving through these frequencies. And it creates resonance and thunder. You know, and then you get up into the higher layers of the atmosphere, which I'm still kind of working on, but I've been really paying attention to what's going on in here and how they're pulling that out and how it's relatable to frequency. Well, their frequencies. You know, clouds block sunlight, and you know they're not just water. There's more to clouds. Yeah, but so yeah, that's my little just kind of working diagram on frequencies. There's that transformer one last time, AC to DC, and there's my local coil. So yeah, yeah, cool. This video started out as a fossil hunt, and turned into this, and I'm glad it did. And yeah, cool. All right, bye. Here is a giant head, face, a mouth, eye. Might have had a helmet on, chipped off. Get it on that eye. It's big. There's another one laying on its side here. The mouth, eye. Yeah, just a cool, quick little fossil find. Looks like he's smiling. There's another fossil. The mouth, nose. Looks like he's riding something. Yeah, I mean, you know, some of these are a little harder to make out, but those are lips. Sweet. So yeah, just another short fossil video. Just kind of out getting a bunch of them today and gonna share them with you guys. Awesome. This is one of my favorite giants. If you look here, then you might start to see it. Head, body, leg, and up here. Somebody riding it. See right there? That's where they get all the ideas. And all these fossils are on government-owned property, so they know all about them. They own them. They tell the true history. Kills evolution. Our true history is so much cooler. It is so much cooler than the stuff they've made up. They want us to feel, you know, small, unimportant. Tell us to think like we're monkeys. Tell us to think we, you know, you don't matter, you're so small. And uncovering the true history, figuring this stuff out, you realize, no, I'm a human. I have purpose, electrical purpose, and there's not a lot of us. Population, that's a hoax too. There's not many of us. So anyway, I love finding these and thinking about them and imagining his story. Because it's so much cooler. Come across this one, and I don't know what it is. The erosion happens, and so you just can't tell. But I'm curious what somebody else would think this is. That looks like a face. It was something. This is really cool too. This electrical situation going on here. See what they try to put in our mind, so we pudding stone. I think they're talking about this. Pudding stone comes from the British style of chunky pudding with large pieces and a smooth background. It refers to the mixture of pebbles and sand. Rock formations are usually named after the town near which they first studied. They're not formations, they're fossils. That's the key word right there. Rock formations. It's fossils. They got the first letter right. Interesting. I love this. Look at that. Oh, it's cuddling that. It's cool. Whatever it is, it's cool. There's a waterfall way over there. This is the down here. That's the Cuyahoga River. It's 100 miles. It was part of the Ohio Canal. That actually runs uphill. It starts near Cleveland, which is north of where I'm at. And that doesn't mean up. It's across, north from me. And it runs south to me, loops around, and goes back north and empties into Lake Erie in Cleveland. So it actually starts in the north, travels south, turns around, and goes back north. So water is alive. It holds data. It's in our air. That's how they transmit everything. It has memory. It's doing its own thing on the plane. It's doing its own thing. It can go any direction at once. All the rivers, all designed perfectly. It's all electrical. Alright, bye. So here is another giant Indian sculpture. I wanted to get this before they take it down. But yeah, giants were here. The area that I live in is known for its Native American heritage, and some of them were giants. This guy's name is Chief Logan. And they erect these sculptures because they know that, you know, there were giants. They put up monuments to him. They kind of mock us with this. Put it right in our face. Oh yeah, just a real short one on giant Indians. and the monuments they put up. They're all over my town. I'm gonna get a couple more. This here. It's kind of the story of it. They did like a smudging ceremony when they put it up. Yeah, but they know giants existed. And around here, specifically Indian giants. Not all of them. Some of them were. And they were big. Alright, cool. So here's another mud fossil. The fossilized remains of what once was a giant creature. I think this could be a dragon. Scales. I'm pretty sure this is a dragon. Fossilized remains of a dragon. Looks like something was riding it. Pretty cool. I'm in this nature preserve area, quote unquote preserve, but they have all these rocks, these different kinds, and rocks are actually biology, not geology. So all of this is just to mislead to tell us what to think of these rocks and not think of them as being something that was alive or part of something that was alive. Look at this dude. See, his eyes are closed. Nose. Sweet. It's like he was wearing like a helmet. You can see how, like, right here it's kind of like chipped off or broken off. That's cool. This is just a cool fossil. It looks like feathers. See the groove? The grooves look like feathers. Maybe some sort of headdress. Or a giant, like, button that you wear, like a pendant. giant one for a giant. That's just cool. Interesting thing to name these. Yeah, they look like those giant dogs. Look at that face. Yeah, these are cool. Look at that thing. Woo. That was awesome. Check this out. This is called the pyramidal collection of trees. And in a video last night I made about pyramids being Tesla clothes, but before that it was the giant trees. So, little truth in plain sight. Yeah. Here's a pretty cool one. Laying on his side. Eyeball. There's a tree stump. Like I was talking about, the giant trees that were cut down that are now our mountains. They look just like that. Cool. This is just cool. It's a sundial for Eastern Daylight Savings Time. And yeah, it's like almost noon. Everything's swirling. That lake looks like it's perfectly still, but it's swirling in like a Fibonacci spiral. They're swirling. That's swirling. Earth doesn't move, but everything in it does. Here is a giant proof that the myths are truth and his story is a lie. Giants existed. Another giant. This was a titan. Still make out kind of the nose there. Mouth, eyes. As you start to look at it more, you see it. You see the erosion that's happened, but all these creatures and giants were turned to stone or fossilized. And they're the remains of all the past creatures. There's been many changeover events, but this is from the most recent. Just proving that, you know, giants and titans existed, and puts evolution to sleep. The real story's in the rocks. That's where our real history is. That's why the states and government owns all of these parks with all these titans and fossilized remains in them. Own them because I know what they are. Some of the ancient writings and scriptures, it proves it. They want us in the dark. They want us living in their system in the days of the week. Completely in a daze and weakened, unaware of our history, his story, unaware of what we live in, what we live on. This guy's awesome. It's nice to meet him. Alright, bye. This is one of my favorite ones. One of my favorite mud fossils. It's this guy. Pre-existing giants. Before the flood. Or catastrophe. And their remains are still here. This is one. This was a giant. A titan, maybe. Used to roam the earth. They call them myths, but the myths are true. That's the truth. It proves a lot of stuff. So, all the parks that these are in are state or federal owned. So, they own these mud fossils. They know about them. It proves stuff. And it really hurts the theory of evolution. It puts a whole new twist on it. So here's a titan or giant. It's a helmet. Nose, eyes, mouth, very distinct. Really cool. It's a truth fossil. Fossilized remains of giants, which are called myths. They existed. There's fossils everywhere. Some, I believe, were just turned to stone, and some were fossilized a little more naturally through mud. These guys are kissing. Right there. kissing rocks. There's a lot of kissing fossils. Kind of that last minute, I love you, before whatever happened. And it's definitely happened more than once. It looks like blood. When this structure or whatever fell on them. These two knew what was happening too. Looks like some sort of vessel. Well, there's a lot more here. I'm gonna get a couple more. So cool. Alright, bye. Check this guy out. Plain as day. That nose and mouth and lips. Wow. That is awesome. That is a sweet fossil. So cool. It's really awesome when you start to see these. You see them everywhere. I get like literally kind of like excited about it. I get shaky. It's awesome. It's our true past. And it's fun to find it. Think about it. What really happened. And they lie to us a lot. Pretty much about everything. So I like going and finding these because it's, you know, looking at truth. That's what we all want. We want truth. I like finding it. This guy is sweet. Alright, awesome. Peace. Here we have a couple of truth fossils. Remains of giant living creatures before the changeover event. Not exactly sure what these were. Kind of looks like a puppy. This whole area is covered in them. Some are just more eroded than others, so it's hard to make out what everything is, but living things or structures. Rocks are not geology, they're biology. And there's some more over here. It's a giant. And he's cool. Either something fell on him or he's wearing something. Maybe he was the captain of a ship. That looks structural. Looks like a shipwreck, kind of. A friend of mine suggested a pirate, and I'm thinking, yeah, could be, definitely. So yeah, just a quick little truth fossil video. It's awesome. Bye. So here's a fossil. A little harder to make out at first, but there's the eye, nose, upper lip, chin. Enormous. So cool. Let's get it on that eye. It's awesome. A lot of erosions happened to this one, but he is cool. Let's see what else is going on up here. Definitely looks like a skeleton. There's some more there. Just looking around. That's interesting. Carved in stone. Tell you what to think. They like putting those out. Control the narrative of your mind, so you don't see these things for what they are. Giants. They're cool. Look at this guy. Look at this truth fossil. Mouth, nose, eye socket. He was huge. Oh, so cool. That's one of the biggest truth fossils I've found. He was big. Looks like he has a helmet on too. All these truth fossils, it seems like they were, prepped for war. These fossilized remains of giants and titans all over the plain. They are not myths, they are the truth. Amazing. So here's another quick little truth fossil video. Just a quick one. You see the debris up there? A friend of mine suggests that that might be body armor. Something that this was wearing. And that looks like structure up behind it. Yeah. It's cool. But just a quick one. Bye. Here's a truth fossil. Looks like a giant. Maybe a baby up there. Looks like it has a hood on. So this whole area is filled with truth fossils, and I call them truth fossils because I don't think it was just mud that caused some of these creatures to turn to stone. I think there's something electrical to it also. And they were just simply turned to stone. Some of them. Just some of them. A lot of that up there is just structure. So not only did the living things get turned to stone, but so did structures. There's a lot here. I'm kind of just walking through kind of fast. This is a pretty cool one. Really cool one here. Right in the side of this. It's amazing. Just a short little truth fossil video. Bye. So we're here today to get some more fossil footage, commonly known as mud fossils, but I like to call them truth fossils, of creatures that existed before the changeover event. The Earth was covered in them. Giants and titans. That's why why, you know, all the elite and all the ones that, you know, have all this knowledge and control everything, name sports teams after it. The Giants and New York Giants and Cars, Titans. They like to mock with their knowledge. But this was, you know, some sort of reptile probably, but it's been fossilized, and it is a truth fossil. Evidence of the giants that roamed and ruled this earth before the changeover event. And all of these that I find are on state-owned property, so they own these things. This is a unique park because what they did with some of these was carve them to be even more realistic looking, to hide that they're here. It's a nice cover. Now, this one is legit. This has not been carved. This one over here, although has, to basically look like a sphinx. So they've taken something that it was already a fossil and just went a little further with it to hide that it was a fossil. It's clever. It's pretty cool though. Real cool. And there's more down here. I'll show you. It wasn't just creatures that were fossilized. It was also, you know, infrastructure and technology. So it was the whole deal. This is just a cool site. They're kind of hidden. This guy's cool. Look at that. And show you one more. But this goes on and on. And like I said, some of them are carved to be a little more, to hide them, basically. Hide them in plain sight. It's one of their tricks. this guy. Oh, get this guy in here.
I wish they didn't do anything with the face.
See, I think it was like a real creature, and to hide it, they carved it. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
They turned what was already looking like something and just finished it. Maybe not even in a malicious way. It's just the dudes that own the land, and they're like, these are cool. It kind of looks like this, and they just went ahead and carved it, not even knowing that it was a fossil, or they were done on purpose.